What's up, ladies and gentlemen of Cyberland? So, I'm coming back to you with another Green Day review, and this is for their actual first album that came out in 1990? I think it was 90. 1039 Smoothed Out Slappy Hours. if that's what you want to call it. So, I literally just found out just now that this album, the album that I had purchased had 19 tracks, and the album that was actually released was only 10 tracks. I think they had said that, but I didn't know that. I thought the CD version was like 19 tracks, and so I guess back then maybe it was on tape, per se. So with this album, I think I already had Nimrod and Insomniac. I don't remember if I had Dookie just yet. I think I did. Yeah, I did. And this was back in early high school, so Napster wasn't around yet. And the internet is not what it became now. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have all these places where you can just listen to the music. So with 1039 and Kerplunk, which I'll be doing a review shortly, I could only listen to kind of like a way, or like it would show up on Windows Media where it was online, and I could only hear like maybe 30 seconds of a song. I could not hear any of the songs in actual form. However, at that point, I was like, I don't care. I liked Dookie and Nimrod and Insomniac, and of course, I was like, why does the sound so different? And of course, you're learning things when it comes to music is that Green Day at the time was on what's that word they call it? Well, they weren't major label. So they were on underground label, Lookout Records. So, I don't remember. I think I was able to go to Target. I think I went to Target and purchased these two albums. Took my bike down there and I purchased. I think I purchased 1039 and Kerplunk at the same. I know I purchased 1039. I think I got 1039, and then I went back and got Kerplunk with my allowance, probably a week or two later. So when I heard the album, it was a huge contrast from what I had heard on the later works. And I think the difference between the two was that when Billy and Mike did this album, or did these songs, they were still in high school, and their lyricism wasn't really about darkness and alienation, and I guess you could say paranoia and drugs or anything. Well, there was a song, Green Day, which is about smoking pot, because at the time when that song was made, they were called Sweet Children. They weren't called Green Day yet. And then it's just funny when you hear the album, the title track, the band name is Green Day, and now the song is Green Day, except that was done under Sweet Children moniker. This is also the album where Trey Cool wasn't part of the band yet. He came in during Kerplunk. And you can see a huge contrast with 1039 and everything after. Really, 1039. Kerplunk is kind of the bridge, but you can see 1039 is just stands way over in one direction, and everything after it's another direction. There's not songs on it. There's only one song on this album I don't like, and it's a very rare situation for me to say I don't like a Green Day song, but it's Rest. I do not care for that song. I never liked that song. It's one of the few Green Day songs I can say I absolutely like. Hold On, I can say, I can listen to it. Rest, I do not like that song. It's just too slow. It's just dragging. I just don't care for it, and it feels like the band is dragging their feet, oh, let's sing this song so we can get it out of the way. And of course, that's my opinion. There might be people really like that song. And it's one of those albums I listen to, not as much as the later work, and that's, of course, this is they got, technically, to me, they have 12 albums, but we're not going to get into the trilogy debate or situation right now. So it's sometimes, just like the aggressive stuff more, whereas opposed to this album was more so about dating and relationships and liking the girl at your school and she's not giving you the time of day, all that kind of high school stuff. So anyway, in regards to my tracks for the album, Green Day, Disappearing Boy, Only of You, Paper Lanterns, and I Want to Be Alone. And there are some really good songs on here that besides that, it's just those are the ones that I really like. However, it's just funny because they still will play Going to Pass Luck, and they'll play Knowledge, which technically was by Operation Ivy, but that's on here, but they'll play that. And they will play Only of You. They've been playing that a lot more. And Paper Lanterns. And at the library sometimes. However, they don't really play any. And Disappearing Boy is a rare occasion. I do remember when I saw them at the Pop Disaster Tour, that was the one time that they played that song, and a bunch of people were like, "What is this?" And I was just like, "I was rocking out like, yeah!" Because, it's really special when the band plays the songs that are not part of the radio. They're the songs that are just from the album, and it was really great. He's like, this is for the fans that just don't know the top 10 or something like that. I remember Billy saying that, so that was pretty cool. My rating for this album, I would give it a 4. I would give it a higher point, but Rest, I just can't stand that song, and I really feel it's just not a good song to me. And then I think because the commentary or the lyrics is mostly about relationships and romance and stuff, I like it for what it is. However, I like more when they went to the darker aspects of other things besides just talking about love or being in a relationship. It's just more about what goes on through somebody's mind. So with that being said, I think we will cue the music. Laying in my bed.